Welcome to Sooner Nation and Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Sooners will kick it away first. It's Patterson. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. So Kentucky's offense will get the first crack at it here. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before. That's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think...
Turning it on! He has the first and still on his feet. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. On first down from their own 22. To throw, it's Barrett. Rushes on him. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Bounced off his feet.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. So Oklahoma's offense will get the ball for the first time. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Catch in the middle. It's Galloway. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gives it on the option.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Bringing the heat. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. Back to the ground game on the left. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one, just not getting enough push up front, and it's putting them in some really difficult situations.
And that one's incomplete.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Oh, they're after it. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. Hailed the punt, can bail them out. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. From midfield, looking for room. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The Sooners now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air, it's Hawkins. Bears the pressure. Makes the catch. It's Galloway. And he'll be brought down.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They want to throw it. That's incomplete. Tried to set up the screen, and he dropped the pass. And the Sooners send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, we know this offense obviously really struggled there last time out, and they knew coming into this one they would have to be better at running the football, and that just has not happened in this game. They're simply not physical enough offensively at this point.
And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
Look, as an offense, you're always going to take completions over incompletions and interceptions. So the offense, they're able to make that 3rd down a little bit more manageable, but honestly, not that much.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up.
I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
Makes the catch. It's Baker. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Sooners are in the red zone.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
On third and short, the run and looking for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
A first down run on the doorstep. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown Sooners! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll try the counter. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And not great blocking up front. They're struggling to get the running game going. And tell you what, they got to find something. Last week it was a bad performance, and this offense has got to get some momentum early in this game and find something that they do really, really well and someone they can count on.
Now the play fake. The pressure coming. Fires on the run. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Man, what a rough start for this quarterback. Already throwing one interception, throwing another ball in harm's way. They got to find a way to settle him down a little bit, maybe give him some easier throws because his decision...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Touchdown, Kentucky! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. It's a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
Extra point here will tie the game. And they did tack on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they cap it off with a play that can build momentum, a 78-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Back to throw, it's Hawkins. Under fire. That's caught, it's Baker. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. Oh, he's got some space. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. After that tight first quarter, this second period ought to be a lot of fun. So first down here as they go back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Now that just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Now on second down. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Baker. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. The Sooners have their offense in high gear. Rides the back on the option to give. Got enough for the first. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they got it down to the 23.
Good run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
He'll toss it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here, trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the...
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
Here he comes with the return. And the returner will be dragged down. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Sends it back in motion. Dropping back, it's Barrett. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Caught near the sideline, it's Patterson. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, they're throwing this one to the running back out on the perimeter of the field. They didn't get it to him quick enough, though, so he literally had to tap dance there on the sidelines, make sure he was in bounds when he caught it, and just pick up a few yards.
That's caught. It's Gilmore. Gets the job done on 3rd down as he gets it to the 25 before he's brought down. And the Wildcats getting set on 1st and 10. The option look. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big game, but you look up, and they're in 2nd and short, 2nd and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like we just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
The kick is on its way. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Sooner offense returns to the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded, the run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Scanning the field, it's Hawkins. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Under heat, he gets rid of it. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He'll try to do it himself. He stepped out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together.
Now on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the 1st down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Pulls it in. It's carry on. They're ripping off chunks of yards. They get into the 33. And the Sooners are marching down the field. Using his legs, it's Baker. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The Sooners can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the 1st half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting 1st downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Sooners! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Handoff from the gun. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Give to the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Wants to throw. It's Barrett. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Corrals it at the 45. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have...
Goes upstairs. They've got the 1st down, mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pocket breaking down. He'll put, breaks into the open. Rustled out of bounds at the 12 and another productive play on this drive.
Nice job by the QB. You can tell they want to push it down the field. They want to be aggressive on 1st down, which I love, which is really hard to stop from a defensive standpoint, but does a good job scrambling outside the pocket, picking up the 1st down, and then saving his life. Good job. Get out of bounds.
They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. They feed him again. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Deep in enemy territory, ball's at the 3. They can pick up a first down without scoring a touchdown, and here they go on 4th and short. Now on the option. Touchdown, Oklahoma! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And they knocked through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. He'll bring it out. It's Patterson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. 1 minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Dropping back, it's Hawkins. Makes the grab. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Got it done in the passing game on the last play, and let's see what they do on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneaked the running back screen right in behind them and picked up the first.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force them to give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
From the gun, running back gets to give. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. And he needed every little bit of strength to somehow sneak that over the crossbar. And that lead grows even bigger.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
That is a decision. Likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Offense working from the pistol. Here's the handoff. He'll bounce his way ahead for a pickup of 4 out to the 14. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Gets open down the middle. Changing on the move. It'll be a 1st down at the 29.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. And the Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air, it's Barrett. Got his man on the outside. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the punt. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Here comes the heat. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. Busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
The best in the country, at least, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals.
Makes the grab at the 10. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, if you're the quarterback, you're happy to oblige when you've got the playmakers you have on. just keep chucking it.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Moving out of the pocket. He'll throw it. Back's got it. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. They pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown Sooner. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Great timing here between the quarterback and receiver. Down close to the end zone. Ball's going to come out quickly. Receivers got to win quickly, and they were on the same page on that TD.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
Back to pass, it's Barrett. Makes the grab on the left. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. The Wildcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. He'll keep it himself. He fought them off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot. Offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
He's got an open man. Still on his feet. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. The Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. The screen, and watch out. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Trying to convert this 2nd and short. Off the play fake. Got his man out of the backfield. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Got his man. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop. Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. Rides the back. Running into the open space. And they'll move the chains with the first down, but that might be it for the third quarter. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So first down will open up the final period. And some room to work. Oh, it's a fumble. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback on the keeper. Past the first down marker and still running. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Gets the back moving. Snap to the back. Runs through a tackle. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and where's that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Looking downfield, it's Ward. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. And the Wildcats started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Got his man quickly. Touchdown, Wildcats! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
And that is why they're called the Handstein people on onside kicks. Great job jumping on that ball.
Here comes the Oklahoma offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterbacks...
There he goes! He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. The Sooners will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal.
How about the explosive play by this offense? Man, it's so nice to have guys you can hand the football and...
Beck's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And the returner will be knocked down. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Takes the handoff. It's Patterson. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
The Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air, it's Ward. Here's a heat. Got room to work. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
It's just been frustrating to watch the inconsistency of this guy at QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense, to stay ahead of schedule. And he's had a moment, and he threw a touchdown pass, but more consistency, more finding the open guys, delivering it to him, and keeping this offense on schedule.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. Looking to throw on 1st down. Working that left side now. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play. And the Sooners can really attack on this 2nd and short. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Turning it on. Knocked out at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a 1st down.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, it's helped set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
They'll give it to him again. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Takes the handoff. It's Baker. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. It's Hawkins. Finds a man in the middle. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long, or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And that's why you do explosive work in the weight room. Arm day's a good thing as he gets to the 23. The Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st. Looking deep down the right side. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Looking to throw. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. Kentucky will be forced to punt. He's got it. He's got great speed. They bring him down. Strong effort by the coverage team, and that's how they'll put a period on this one. Just complete and utter dominance, and this one outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close.